Hi, I'm Lindsay. Welcome to Rented Space Homestead. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. So today I've got a few little things. Are you right, girls? Okay. So today I've got a few little things. I'm pretty excited. I have some volunteer tomatoes. I believe the last count was 5, but there's possibly 6. So I've got some of those. I've got some avocado seeds that I've been saving for ages. I'm going to whack in soil and see how they go. I want to up pot some of my mulberry plants because they seem to be growing. And just a little update, you know, it's the second day of spring. I was hoping to do this yesterday, but I just ran out of time. So second day of spring, and one of my lavenders, I'll show you in a little while. One of my lavenders is already flowering, so I'm a bit excited. We've got lettuces growing. They've just self-seeded as well, so completely excited about that. My elderberries are growing quite well, so I'll show you those from my previous video where I up-potted them all. They're growing really nicely. And I've just got a few other bits and pieces going around. So my capsicum, one of my capsicums from last year has started flowering, so that's pretty exciting. And anyway, thank you for joining me. So excuse the mess down here. This is my sort of potting up slash, it's a bit of a junkyard really. It needs cleaning up, but look at this. My first lavender for the season. I'm so excited. And here are my lavenders that I've just used cuttings to thing, and some rosemary there, cuttings. Here is one of my volunteer tomatoes. I have no idea what kind it is, obviously, because it's volunteer. I've just sort of boosted it up. I'm going to fill some more soil up in that. Here is another volunteer tomato. This one's going great guns, but I've actually got 2. I've got a little one there, and I've got a big one here. But they've self-seeded in this pot, which was supposed to be my, I can't even think what they were, but, my chocos. It was meant to be a choco, but obviously it's died. I have in here, I have another little one there that I've only just noticed today, and one there. I have in my Mr. Stucky quite a nice one there, and I've got 2 in here, a very little one that I've only just noticed, and there. So what's that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. There you go. I might even have some more. Let's turn my Mr. Stucky around. No, but look at this. I've got some more. I've got some more plants coming back, so that's a bit exciting. Lettuce, and I have another lettuce here, again, complete volunteers. They've just self-seeded, so I'm a bit excited about that. So I have been taking some of it off, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. Like, spring has sprung. So please excuse the mess. We've been getting a lot of late frost, so everything's just kind of been shoved up here in a bit of haphazard, so that I can, you know, try and stop it all from dying from the frost. But some things have succeeded and some things haven't. But yeah, I'm a bit excited. So we're gonna plant these avocados. I'm gonna transplant some of these tomatoes into other pots because I don't want 2 in pots, and I've got, like, you know, 2 or 3 in the same pot. And I've also got jasmine in with those other 2, so I'm gonna put them into these pots. I've already filled with soil, because you know what, you all know how to fill a pot with soil, so I didn't do that for you, but let's get into it. So I've just been collecting these. They're all dry now. I've actually never been successful having avocados seed before, like their seeds grow before. Now these ones they don't look very good, but I actually have already planted this one up, and it had actually split, so we'll see. Anyway, look, I can either get something or I can get nothing, but I figure at the very end, at the very least, it's worth a try. So, alright. Okay, so like I said, I've got a whole bunch of these seeds, so I'm just going to put them in. We'll see if they work. If they don't, they don't. I haven't lost anything. But if they do, well, I might get a few avocado seeds. So I'm just going to take the cut off the bottom, pointy side up, which is what everyone says to do. Okay. So I'll do that one. I don't think I quite need as many of these as I thought I did. And I shall use you. Well, I've confused myself now. I don't know which ones I have and haven't planted. You've got one. You have one. You have one. And last one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in total. There's not a lot. It's not really. I'll just put some water. Excuse me. Okay, so avocado's done. I meant to show you this too. A little pumpkin coming. It's one of my golden nugget pumpkins. So that's a bit exciting. That'll be planted up soon. Getting over a chest infection, so. Anyway. So I'm going to replant these. Now, tomatoes, I should have actually shown you that before I put it in, but tomatoes have, I'll see if I can show you on one of these ones. Okay, so something to look at with tomatoes is they have really, see how there's all these little fine hairs? Now, these all have the potential when you bury them to become roots. So when you have a tomato and you kind of pinch off the bottom, see these are their first leaves, okay, and see how they're a different shape to these leaves. So these are the first leaves here. And then this here is what you call a tomato's true leaf, okay? So when you plant a tomato, you can actually clip these first leaves off, like so, and then you can actually dig this down deeper, okay? And now every one of these hairs here can become a root. So you can actually make a stronger tomato by doing so, by digging it deeper. Like so. So what you can do is you can, again, we'll trim off these first leaves, okay, nice and close to the stem, and then we can fill, okay, so from here what we do is we can actually fill in the soil around it to a higher degree. And this will give it more root, like give the plant more roots. So it actually will, because it has more roots, it's going to be more solid in the pot, but also it's going to have more roots going out to absorb more water, more nutrients, and automatically it becomes a more like a stronger plant. Okay. So with these ones here, I'm going to do the same. I will water them as well, but at the moment I'm just sort of showing you. So here's my pot. I'm going to dig out this other little tomato so we can see there's the root, okay? So there's the lovely root on this plant. Here are our first leaves. So can you see? I'll just pinch those first leaves off. Alright, I'm going to put them over here. We're going to dig a hole, nice deep. And then try and get that really in deep. And then what I'm going to do is, I might turn this around a bit. Then put that right down there. And then we're going to plant that and push it down. Look, get those big bits away. And now that, because we've put the extra soil on, dug it a bit deeper. Now, not all plants you can do this with, okay? You can't, most plants you will have to dig, bury it at the same as its root system. So when it first done, but tomatoes are not like that. Okay, so now this one here is obviously already in its pot, but it's a bit to the edge. And this one's looking quite good, but I am going to just uproot it, dig a nice deep in the middle, and I'm going to bury it. Now by doing that, again, like I said, I've given it, I haven't taken it too high. I don't want to bury those branches there. But by doing this and just raising that soil line up a little bit higher, I'm going to give it more roots and a stronger base. So, here we go. Okay, now tomatoes love calcium, they love their seaweed solution. And so when I water these in, I will give them some seaweed solution. But look at how beautiful that is. Now, the good thing about this too is if you have a tomato that perhaps has a bit of a lean to it, you can often bring it down, and you could take these ones off if it's sort of leant from here. You'd be able to take these little lower branches off and bury that right down so that you've now got a straight tomato plant. But look how beautiful and healthy that is. That lovely little self-seeded volunteer tomato. Isn't she gorgeous? It'll be interesting to see what these all turn out to be, because they're in numerous different pots, so I have no idea about any of them. That one's too small. I'm not going to touch you either. I'm going to pick you up. So again, we're going to take off these first leaves because we don't need those. Okay. And then we're going to push that down. And there we go. Another beautiful little tomato. Now we're just going to give it a little bit of water. Try not to wet those leaves. I did a little bit there. A little bit of seaweed solution. Now, it's more important to me now than ever because we've actually been given notice to move out of this place. As I've said on a previous video, our owner is going to be selling where we are now. So we are very much trying to, well, I'm very much trying to ensure that I have as much growing as possible to take with us. Purely because I'm very much going to miss all my fruit trees here. Especially seeing I have brought so many of these back to life over the last 5.5 years. So I want to ensure that as many of my little babies can come with me as possible. So I have no idea what we're going to do because there's no rentals anywhere. I'm sure everyone is in the same position. Show you. Look at this amazing burst of colour through my steps. They're actually, I didn't really want them through my steps. However, honestly, look at that. It really is picture perfect, isn't it? It's just so gorgeous. I mean, how many people are lucky enough to have steps that look like that? So, don't get me wrong, the garden is not perfect. It is quite a mess, but that's okay. Look, there's even nasturtiums coming up my hedge. Look at that. Up here, and there it is. Some more there. Of course, snow peas. Look at these. The chickens had a bit of a feast on them today. They've pulled them down. Absolutely annihilated these ones. But I do have some left. They're pretty much at their end now. So we might pick some of these and I'll pickle them off. But we actually had quite a warm day today and the chickens have been in here at them, and to be honest, we don't have really enough water at the moment to be things, so I let the girls have their bit of food. But that one's mine. Chives, flowering. Okay, so thank you for joining me on this short video today. Avocado seeds, some upplanting of volunteer tomatoes into bigger pots, and a bit of a snack on some snow peas. Thank you again, and remember, even if you're renting, you can still grow food. It might not be to the same standards or to the same amounts. It's not standards, it's even on a rented space you can grow food. Even if it's in pots, you can't grow to the same capacity as people who have their own, but every time we plant something we are learning also. So whether we're growing, you know, a handful of snow peas that we harvest every day or every second day, whether we get, you know, 4 or 5, or in my case 8 volunteer tomato plants that are going to grow me some food for the family, everything we do, it's a win. And like I said, 8 volunteer tomatoes on the second day of spring. We've got 8 so far. Who knows? My capsicum plant from last year is already flowering and starting to produce fruit. Didn't produce fruit until May this year, so completely went through spring and summer and come out in autumn, provided me fruit, but it's already providing me fruit for this spring. So yeah, just keep on trying, keep on learning, and plug away a little bit at a time, because we'll all get there in the end. So thanks so much and have a lovely day. Bye.